start back with Jeff Schrebar, Camelot halftime report. Well, Jeff, close ball game, and neither team really shooting the basketball that well in the first half.
No, right around 42, 43% for both teams. The rebounding edge goes to Walsh at 21-17, which is something that they really had to concentrate on. They've done a nice job with that, and defensively slowing down the break. You've got fast breaks, you've got a high shooting percentage, so they must be doing the job. Red men only shooting 42%, 44% for Walsh, and that's been a big key. It's not hard to figure out their fast break. They send somebody down both wings. If the layup's not there, they cross underneath the basket and park themselves in the corner, and they're set up for a three-pointer. And Walsh has done a nice job of not getting concerned with going down, picking up a man, and crossing and getting involved in a pick. They just have gone to the corners and beat them to the spot and slowed down the break.
4 of 12 from three-point for Rio. Only 4 offensive rebounds, only 4 second chances. The Cavaliers 8 offensive boards. Red men have the ball. 40-35 Walsh. Second half is underway. I'd like to once again thank Dick Whitlatch from Society Bank for being our halftime guest, and Society sponsoring our game tonight. Hepner in the lane. There's a second chance, a couple of them, and Brown the rebound. Meyer tries to control it, does right to Young, and there's a block. Will it count? No, they'll wave it off. Not quite the NBA.
That was an NBA-type move, a little behind the back. Let's not forget this guy's 6'8", folks. That's not too bad. And he was going to pull it off, and Morgan got in the way.
Morgan's first foul. The three is short. There's Brown. Again. Again. Talk about a guy hustling. But they could not find the basket. Coreno really running with no place to go.
You've got to stop the ball, and I don't care if it takes everybody on the court. The coach is telling them, you've got to stop the ball. And that time, they ran him right out of bounds. Nothing they could do with the ball. Only one scorer in the first half in double figures. Brett Coreno, 16 points.
He has saved this Lawhorn team tonight. Meyer off the window, the runner, and Doug Meyer has 8. And here's how Coreno got a few of them. 42-37.
Rob Bolden running the show, doing a nice job, just scoring enough. Ooh, there's a nice look down low.
That's exactly right.
Bolden just scoring enough that Morgan has to concentrate on him, concentrate on playing defense, and can't devote his entire game to running Rio's offense, he said.
Stevens, he was quiet in the first 20 tonight, just a couple of points. They turn it over. Well, they give Bolden room. There's Todd Brown, another offensive shot. They keep it alive again. I tell you, they are just killing the Redmen on the offensive boards tonight.
And somebody got away with grabbing the rim that time as well. Good board by Meyer, took it up strong. They had, again, had 2 or 3 shots at the basket.
We're back with you next Saturday night for Tiffin University Wall of Fame night on Warner Cable. Doug Meyer, 8 points tonight, 2 of 2 from the line. Cavaliers open up with a 5-2 run to start the final 20, and the lead is back to 8. And now the largest it's been for either side at 9. Meyer has 10 points. Morgan, they knock it away, 4 on 2. Kept his school, but had a bad angle underneath the bucket. Coreno has 20. Meyer loose inside.
Well, the pass made that one. Brown threaded the needle.
Coreno the other way. They're really running the floor now.
When you shoot the ball against this team, the guy that's guarding you takes a shot at blocking it and then takes off down the floor.
7-point lead. They doubled up on Bolden. He drops it off to Brown. From 18, Young in traffic, lost the handle. Hepner now finds it. And here they come again. Coreno's loose again. But Caudill stepped out of bounds.
Well, there's about 50 fans over there to help the official make the call.
Gottfried gives Gilson a rest. Snyder replacing Stevens.
Coreno with 20 points. But nobody else really a factor at this point.
And he's bailed this team out, picking up the slack with Matt Powell being out. A couple other guys just not having good nights. 48-41 Walsh. 16-54. Long way to go in this one. Look at Bobby Bolden crawl through. Brown the putback. They knock it away. Hepner tries to run it down and runs up into the crowd, but the Cavaliers keep the ball and get a brand new clock.
Well, Todd Brown having a tough time. He's coming up with the offensive rebounds, but just can't get it in the basket.
Morgan, his hands in the way, but the Cavaliers keep possession.
And that Jack Morgan is 100% go, go, go.
He's a Barberton boy, and you can see it.
That's how they all play up there.
They'll scratch your eyes out.
The Magic.
Gottfried, good hands. Brown. And there's an offensive foul. Doug Meyer with his second. That's the first team foul in the final 20.
You can see the frustration on Brown's face going down the floor. Missed the shot, and Meyer over the back for the rebound. He's had probably half a dozen to 10 shots from 5 feet away and just can't get any of them to go.
Nice dish inside. They send it back out. Hepner, I think he walked.
I think so. There's another guy having a frustrating night. He's their leading scorer, over 19 a night.
He had 2 buckets right off the bat. He's been scoreless from the field for about 15 minutes. Martin Gottfried looking over the situation. Here's Meyer. Brown cannot run it down. Morgan does. A good look up the floor. There's Gottfried in the corner to swat it out of bounds.
Don't come in here with that stuff.
The Cavalier students on their feet. Great student turnout tonight.
He gets around Bolden, but right there's Martin. Hello. Now the coach will tell you, hey, just block it so we can get the ball. But when you're up there and that one's right in your face, you got to do something.
Cavaliers take it away in traffic. Walsh by 7, 15-43. Young around a Brown screen. Gottfried has it up in the air, but I believe he's over the back. It's his second, the team's second.
Three-pointer, long shot. Yeah, he was over the back, but there you see Young now shooting an off-balance 3. Talked about Brown's problems. The 2 seniors need to step up here down the stretch. We've been stuck at 48-41 for a while now.
And Ryle can explode at any given time. Morgan. That's Hepner, 14 to shoot. Clock now at 10. Coreno, he's a guy you want to have the hands on the ball. Now the Redmen get a brand new clock just about. Well, they missed a timeout here. They're not going to give it to us.
You can hear Steve Loy, he knows.
Jumper way off, Brown the board. I would venture to say Steve and the officials will not go out to dinner tonight. Gottfried for 3. Caudill the other way. They get it up in a hurry, and Gottfried the rebound. Cavaliers have numbers. That was pretty.
Two seniors and the ball never touched the ground in the front court. That's exactly how it's supposed to be done.
Largest lead at 11.
Now Young reaching out. Not a smart foul that time, and we do have a timeout.
Scott Young to foul, his third, 14-15. Walsh, their largest lead, it's 11.
Right there, she puts it back up and in, bringing them to within one. They're going to have a pressure on. Got 7 seconds left, 6. He's looking to the right side. He's going to loft it into the end zone. Touchdown. 28-0.
No time left. Passes inside to Jenkins. He takes it up, scores.
Whether you're a pro athlete or a weekend warrior, we'll help you get back on the playing field. Call Tim Commercy Sports Medicine Center at 489-1245.
Canton Invaders are home Sunday afternoon, 2 o'clock at the Civic Center. Big weekend for the Invaders. Lost a tough one yesterday. They played this afternoon on the road, then they're back for a Sunday afternoon home game. 3 games in 3 days, so plenty of tickets on sale for the Sunday 2 o'clock matinee at the Civic Center. Our next telecast of Invaders Soccer on Warner Cable coming your way Monday, the 14th, live in Summit and Stark County. Canton Invaders Soccer, the 10th anniversary season, only on Warner Cable.
Invaders play tomorrow. Is that why they call it Super Sunday?
That would have to be it.
Oh.
Who will win that game tomorrow, by the way?
Harrisburg.
Now. Is Kozar going to get a shot to throw a touchdown pass and win that thing?
Oh, that football game?
Yeah, that thing.
You're not going to get me to predict anything on that one.
Caudill scores.
I'm like Jimmy Johnson.
Which one? 52-43. Walsh by 9. That was a big bucket for Rio off the timeout. And the timeout could not have come at a better time for John Lawhorn. Derek Williams, he's in the ball game. Dennis Schiraldi, Michael Farrington trying to give the Cavaliers starters a breather here and hold on to this lead. Shot clock at 10. Nice dish. Second chance. That time they fouled him. Good determination on Michael Farrington's part.
A lot of determination out there. We've seen a lot of blocked shots and missed layups, and the Cavaliers just hustle right back after the ball and take it up strong again.
He got fouled twice. He'll get a couple of free throws.
You can't be afraid to get your shot blocked. It's going to happen. You just got to go and get it again.
Steve Lloyd talking with his starters. Michael Farrington, first time at the free throw line tonight. It's been pretty fair from the line. 14 of 19 now, around 77%. Played his high school ball at Campbell Memorial. Splits the pair. 10-point lead with 13:29 to play.
This is a good matchup here. Schiraldi and Morgan, both about the same size, same quickness.
Hefner, he'll try it again. Gets it on the reverse. His first bucket in a long time, and he has 10.
Martin Gottfried giving some good minutes tonight, both sides of the floor.
He's played extremely well the last 2 times off the bench. 3 will not go for Williams. Morgan on the run, gets around Williams, but he went to the floor. Boy, that's a horrible call. Can we see that one again?
Well, Morgan hits the deck. When Morgan gets going, I mean, he gets the ball about the foul line and just puts his head down, takes it into the forecourt with everything he has. That's how you run the break, and somebody trips him from behind. He hits the deck hard.
Farrington's second foul, the team's 4th. Shelton Norman now in for the Cavaliers. Coreno, well, he has a good first step. He has 22.
He can play. Back to the basket, outside. He's already hit a 3 or 2.
Lead was 11. It's down to 6. Schiraldi. Gilson, that's Norman. They lob it down. Blocked by Snyder. Coreno again. Thank heavens it doesn't crawl in.
We just can't get rid of this guy. He turns. Gilson straight up, but there you see, leans the arms in there, and they'll get you every time for that.
Well, Coreno doesn't have any fouls, so he's not going anywhere tonight. 22 points, 2 of 2 from the line. They only have 47. So he almost has half of the Rio total. How much longer will Steve keep these guys on the bench now? Good look. Coreno nails the free throw. Well, his father's here watching his son play tonight. He's having a big game.
You got to remember one thing, getting back to Steve Lloyd leaving the starters on the bench. Starters are out there right now for Rio. They've got to sit down sometime. That's when you pull the trigger if you're Steve Lloyd.
It's a keen observation. That's going to happen. Norman down the floor quickly, blocked by Snyder. No, that's Coreno again. That man's everywhere.
Oh, he's blocked the shot the last 3 times down the floor, and Steve Lloyd's seen enough.
Well, the lead is still in hand.
It's a good move. You can either wait until the starters come out and go against a fresh bench, or you can put your rested starters back in and go against their starters when they're out of gas, which is the case right now.
Clock at 12:05. Caudle in the lane. There's a putback from Snyder. They haven't had many of those tonight. The 11-point lead is down to 2. Lost the handle. There's Ed Morgan on the floor. Cavaliers will keep it on the alternate possession. Morgan's one of those pesky guys that always seems to be around the ball, especially when it's loose on the floor.
I'll wipe some perspiration off. You're right, Morgan, we talked about him, just tenacious, I guess is the way to describe him.
He can get to you.
The kind of guy leave everything on the floor. Even a little skin from time to time. He's already taken a flop once tonight.
John Lawhorn's always had a guard like that in his tenure at Rouse since we've been here at Walsh. Going back to Jerry Mowry years ago, he's always had one. Williams spots it up. Meyer the rebound. Bolden finds some room, but he's bumped by Hefner.
Young takes a chance on practicing. Even if it doesn't count. You see Bolden, no doubt about the foul. When he threw it out to Young, Young went ahead and shot it. You get the feeling of putting that ball in the hole, it helps.
Williams travels. He got caught free for a moment, but they covered up quickly, had no place to go.
He was directly under the basket, and they just stood there and watched him. Sometimes you can use the court to your advantage, a sideline or a baseline, and that time they used the basket support.
2-point game. It's been a long time since Rio's been ahead. Been down by as many as 11. Good job by Todd Brown, but Caudill takes it back.
Coreno
finally missed one, but there he is for the rebound. Oh, my.
This guy's having a night. He finally missed a shot, but it came right back at him on the rebound.
He has 26 points. Game is tied at the 10:50 mark at 53. Young spotting up low. Off the iron, Meyer. Little jump hook will not go. Run down by Morgan, 2-on-1.
There's Coreno.
28 points. No, he missed that one. But there's Snyder, and the Redmen have the lead. For the first time since about the 22-21 mark. It's 55-53 Rio.
Well, you just had a feeling they were going to climb back into this one. Now what? There's a shot clock problem. Shot clock's at 24, which would have been a 10-second violation. The official on top of it, they're going to reset it to 32.
Gottfried replacing Williams. Young on the baseline. Someone got a piece of it. Steve Loy wanted a foul. Snyder, the lefty. Snyder, great move in the lane. Nobody boxed him out.
Now that rebounding advantage is slipping away from the Cavaliers.
16-2 run. Meyer answers. That's a big bucket.
Call timeout to unwrap the net.
And we'll take the TV timeout right here. 9:43 to play. Rio by 2. We'll be back.
It's the time of year when getting around is tough unless you've got a 4x4, and Mullinax Ford is the place to get yours. Mullinax special ordered extra 4x4s to give you the best selection of go-in-the-snow Fords you're looking for. You'll find Ranger 4x4s, the best-selling F-Series 4x4s, Big Broncos, and the popular Explorer models, plus over 100 snowplows, F-150s, 250s, and 350s, ready to work for you starting at just $19,500. When the going's tough, you can keep going in a 4x4 from Mullinax Ford. East in Wickliffe, west in Amherst, south in Canton.
The trucks are rolling to Hallmark the Furniture Company, fully loaded with America's favorite bedding, Sealy. All sizes, every model, including every Posturepedic, is on sale now. Get to the truckload sale and save like never before, but better hurry. Even with truckload volume, these Sealy mattresses are selling fast. Better get a Sealy from Stark County's largest Sealy dealer, Hallmark the Furniture Company.
9:43 to play. Walsh trailing by 2. And take a look at some of the Cavaliers students here tonight. 893 in attendance this Saturday night. The Riles made some run.
Well, they sure have, and they've done it with defense. They've blocked countless shots in the last 2 minutes. Steve Loy kind of wondering how they can block 6 or 7 consecutive shots and not commit a personal foul.
Well, as you talk about before, when will these guys have to sit down? Coreno's fouled.
Right now, the adrenaline's pumping. They don't want to sit down. And the game is at their pace. It's a very furious pace. The ball's going back and forth all over the court. They know what they're doing, and the defense has to keep up with them. Cavaliers need to slow it back down. We talked about it in the first half. Here you see the foul. We talked about it in the first half about getting everybody a touch, moving the ball around a little bit, chewing a little bit of the clock. They might have to go back to that offensively.
If Rio wins this ball game, the reason's at the foul line right now. Coreno has 27, the Redmen have 58. And they lead it by 3. And he's done all the damage. It'll find a way to crawl in. 5-point Rio, no 4-point lead. That's their largest of the evening. And we're at the 9:24 mark. Meyer cannot fall. Boy, missed a bunny. But he fights for it and puts it back and scores.
Nice job with Hefner down on the floor. He's back up and...
Boy, Steve Loy is all over the trailing official. Walsh back within 2. Hefner for 3. Long off the arm, but there's that man Coreno. And they call him. Boy, Steve Loy is halfway up the floor. That puts him in the bonus.
That says it all. Coreno the rebound, and a reach-around foul on Bolden from the weak side.
Bonus for the remainder of the ball game for Rio. Steve's second year. He's a Findlay graduate. Cavaliers 29-5 a year ago, reaching the final 8 in Nampa, Idaho. They were trying to make a return trip. Coreno, what has he done tonight besides carry the laundry and finally missed a shot?
Cavaliers a chance to tie the game now. See if they can run a patient offense, run a couple of options here.
Young, he wants the shot. Brown has not scored this half. He's fouled on the way up.
That's not the shot Steve Loy wants, a fadeaway 15-footer. They had 20, 25 seconds left on the shot clock, plenty of time to work it back out, exercise a few more options to make sure they get a basket.
Snyder's second foul, number 5 on the Redmen. Brown 8 points tonight, first time at the foul line where he's shooting 79%. Off the back of the iron.
Brown's got a lot of rebounds, but he has not been able to convert. There, he finally got one to fall.
9 points on the night. Walsh within one at 59-58. 8:34 to play. Good double. Boy, Snyder got loose behind the defense. That's a great entry pass. He's come to life with 8 in the second half and 12 in the ball game. Rio by 3, 8:13 left of the ball game. Bolden finds some room and backs off. Young cutting has Morgan hanging on the shorts and on the elbow like a fly you can't swat away.
Morgan got caught on a switch that time. See what they list him at, 5'9", and he's giving up almost a foot to Scott Young. Young will sit down and Norman will get in the game.
Morgan's second foul, 16 fouls.
Young will take the seat right next to Steve Loy. I don't think he'll be out there very long.
They tried to lob it, but that man Coreno, they do it again. Brown doubled up. It'll count.
That might be just what the doctor ordered. Good entry pass, draws the contact, and the fadeaway goes for him. That's what he needed. He was trying to use the glass too much. He was on the baseline that time. He couldn't do it. Young is back in.
First bucket this half for Todd Brown, 11 on the night for the senior from McKinley. Can tie it if he converts from the foul line, where he's 1 of 2 tonight. Brand new game at 61 with 7:55 left. Brown swats it away.
Bolden didn't have the numbers and wisely slows it down.
Brown set the screen, but Young backs it off. Good ball movement. Brown the fadeaway will not go, but he's fouled again.
Got him again on the head fake, and that time very patient. Everybody got their hands on the ball. They ran a couple of options, decided to go down low to Brown. A good head fake, got them both up in the air. Same play he had on the other side of the court a moment ago.
Meyer takes his breather. Gilson back in. Brown to the line. He's been there the last 2 times down the floor. Have to have them.
Well, a moment ago, the team fouls were 7 for Walsh and 4 for Rio. It's now 8-7 in favor of Rio. We're in the bonus. The Cavaliers have not had that many free throws. They're going to have to knock them down here. We're in the bonus the rest of the way in 7.5 minutes. A lot of hoop.
1 point lead. Walsh regains it at 62-61. Hepner brings it across. He's doubled up quickly. Having problems. How about a 5 count somewhere? Oh my, that doesn't even please me. Norman's first.
Well, they had him hemmed in. Both players. Finally, Morgan comes out with it, tries to split the trap.
I wanted the 5 count when they had Hepner contained. Jack Morgan has not scored. First time at the line tonight. He's shooting 76%, and he ties the game at 62 with 7:09 remaining. They cannot convert 2 free throws. We remain tied.
Ooh, and Norman was wide open underneath. They didn't see him.
Young around the screen. Good movement. Young pulls up. Brown the board. The putback. He's warming up.
They need him.
Down low. Coreno gets loose. Answers quickly. What a night he has put together. Has 30. And we're tied at 64 at the 6.5-minute mark. Young. Norman the tip. No, they're going to wave it off.
Shelton got up there, though, didn't he?
Well, he certainly did.
About one more bounce on that rim, and he would have had a fine tip in. That was a good call, though. It was in the cylinder. You can see it.
6:16. There's Coreno on top. You can bet he'll touch it again. Goes down hard, throws it over everything.
Now, Brown D'd up on him that time. Now they've got an advantage.
Young for 3. Well, he can't buy a basket right now. Hefner spins away and finds Jack Morgan. Stevens has not been heard from much tonight. Could be now we could have the next team to scores wins. Both teams having problems finding the hole. Young in the lane. Norman tips it up. Oh my. I'm not sure about that. Not even sure what it was.
I think they're going to call Shelton for another foul. Yep. We'll see who it's on. Norman was up there, and Brown is going to get called for the foul from the other side.
Well, Hefner didn't jump, and Brown just went up.
He hasn't jumped much all night.
And he just ended up underneath.
A couple of very hard workers. You'll see it one more time. You see Norman, but looking right behind him, there's Brown. There wasn't a lot of contact in there. The official, you saw the same view he did.
65-64, Hefner with 11.
Hefner and Morgan, a couple of guys that really earned their time on the floor. They both play very hard.
Good look at Hefner. Lexington, Ohio. Brown the board, 65-64. Ryle by 1, 5:14 to play. Williams off the screen, will not fall. Meyer. You can hear that.
Coreno, 14 holding. That's Coreno.
19 foul. That's his first. But both sides, as you talked about before, having trouble buying free throws.
Well, Walsh's excuse is they haven't shot many tonight, but Rio, being a fine outside shooting team, you'd think they'd do well at the line. They probably would if they moved the line back about 5 feet.
Doug Meyer, big second half, ties the game. 17 in the ball game, 11 and a half. Here comes Coreno's only breather. I would say about maybe 2 possessions at the most.
Probably.
Has 30 points tonight. Meyer trying to give Walsh the lead, does. At 66-65 with 5:10 to play. But Jack Morgan, he has not sat down very much tonight. Morgan started to go on the run. Hefner, the long 3. Boy, that's a big bucket.
You can't leave him alone. You can't leave any of them alone.
68-66, Ryle by 2. Young on the run. Brown, the putback. Todd Brown is been putting the ball in the bucket here the last 5 to 6 minutes. Ties it at 68. To the bucket. It'll count. Snyder, Young the foul.
Young will get the foul. Tries to come over and help, but just does get himself set, tries to lean into him.
One of those fouls, if you're going to commit that foul, you got to make sure they don't make the bucket. Snyder with 14.
That's one of those playoff fouls. You do that against the Detroit Pistons, you'll end up on the deck.
.424 left in this one. Free throws there. Timeout. 4:24 left. Redmond by 3. We'll be back.
You can tell the people that were at Walsh, they loved it there. They like what they do, and their job is to make sure that you get the best education there.
Camelot Music is more than just a music store. Camelot Music is home entertainment, like movies, new releases, and movie classics on video cassette, and today's hottest home entertainment format, laser video discs, combining digital audio with digital video for incredibly lifelike movie watching. And Camelot Music is music, a vast selection of compact discs and cassettes from rock to classical to country to jazz. Camelot Music, we're home entertainment.
4:24 left. Cavaliers need a bucket. And the timeout, off the TV timeout, they may have a set play to try to get one.
Very important here. 4:24 left. You don't need a three-pointer. You don't need to take the first shot you have. You've got plenty of time. Like to see them run a set play right here. You think they would right off the timeout.
And the score in Walsh's favor, keeping the Redmen well below their average with 4:18 to play. Todd Brown's had the hot hand. They're trying to go to Todd. Fronted by Hepner. 17 to shoot. Shot clock now at 10. Bolden. And Williams can't hold on to it.
Good pass by Bolden. Derek just wasn't ready for it.
Now you have to D it up. Redmond trailed by 11, went on a 16-2 run. It's been back and forth ever since. And Snyder, big second half. He's taking some pressure off of Coreno with 13 second half points. He has 17. Ryle by 5. That's their largest lead. The Cavaliers in need of a bucket. Scott Young returns. Derek Williams goes back to the Cavalier bench with 5 points. Young back in with 12. Screen for Bolden. Mismatch down low, but they can't find him.
Yeah, Brown is guarded by Morgan. Ryo recovered.
And big bucket by the freshman, Doug Meyer.
Such a soft touch and good hands.
.302 to play, 3-point lead. Hefner spots it up, throws it up, and hits it. Wow. He's at 2 of those at crucial times. Meyer in traffic. Martin Gottfried on the weak side. Cannot trade baskets.
No, not when they're shooting threes and Walsh is hitting twos.
Jack Morgan back out to run the play. 17 to shoot. Stevens. Morgan now back out. Cardinals open, but now Stevens wide open. I tell you, they had trouble early. They've drained 3 huge ones, and the lead is now 7.
Not that hard of a shot, especially when somebody's standing right in front of you.
Cavaliers will take a timeout. 1:58 left. Rile by 7. We'll be back.
It's the time of year when getting around is tough unless you've got a 4x4, and Mullinax Ford is the place to get yours. Mullinax special ordered extra 4x4s to give you the best selection of go-in-the-snow Fords you're looking for. You'll find Ranger 4x4s, the best-selling F-Series 4x4s, Big Broncos, and the popular Explorer models, plus over 100 snowplows, F-150s, 250s, and 350s, ready to work for you starting at just $19,500. When the going's tough, you can keep going in a 4x4 from Mullinax Ford, east in Wickliffe, west in Amherst, south in Canton.
The trucks are rolling to Hallmark the Furniture Company, fully loaded with America's favorite bedding, Sealy. All sizes, every model, including every Posturepedic, is on sale now. Get to the truckload sale and save like never before, but better hurry. Even with truckload volume, these Sealy mattresses are selling fast. Better get a Sealy from Stark County's largest Sealy dealer, Hallmark the Furniture Company.
Like to take this time to thank all our sponsors on Walsh University basketball on Warner Cable and Summit in Stark County. The clock now, as you see in the bottom of your screen, that's an enemy just like the Redmen.
And the news just gets worse because Coreno is back on the floor.
What a run they made having him out. Only 3 3-pointers the second half. They've been on the last 3 possessions. That's how big the 3-point weapon has been. Gottfried thought about the 3. They volleyball it back to Bolden. He in and out. Brown, the putback, going to be short. Knocked away. Bolden picks it back up in the lane. He was fouled. Wow, somebody finally called it. And believe it or not, the guy out here near the half court called it. That's the amazing thing.
They'll put it on Coreno. Could have been one of many number of gentlemen in there.
You have to have free throws now.
Yeah, good chance to score without running any time off the clock. Bolden usually a pretty fair free throw shooter.
Freshman steps up and bangs it home. 8 points on the night. He's having quite a freshman campaign. Turnover assist ratio 2-to-1 in favor of the assist. As a freshman, that's outstanding.
He's hitting the books too, as I understand.
Yes, he is. The highest GPA in the basketball team at 3.73. As all the GPAs were honored from the fall athletes this year, and we'll keep it here during this timeout.
You know, that really says a lot. A freshman, first time in the program, first time at college. It's a big adjustment, as everyone knows, and to lead your team in that category and be the point guard on the team, that's a tremendous responsibility.
If you can grab a couple of freshmen every year like Bolden and Meyer, you're going to have a pretty fair basketball program for a long, long time. And it's been a long time since they've gone into the local talent and pulled it out like this with Bobby Bolden and Doug Meyer. And also guys like Michael Farrington, Martin Godfrey, Northeast Ohio players. Now, standing recruiting class for Steve Lloyd. And a young team which has had some growing pains, but you hope will, by the time playoffs roll around, all the pains of a very tough
alumni game.
He was running the floor like a young man of 30. I hope he hears that. 140.
Now that's an alumni team right there, a one-man alumni team.
There's about 3 Wall of Famers out there and about 4 or 5 1,000-point guys. There's a dangerous play that works to perfection. I thought that guy walked, but he laid it in.
He may have traveled a little bit in there.
That was a great play off the inbounds pass, I'll tell you. That's the veteran Lawhorn. Meyer jumps it up. The putback, he's whacked. Well, they're keeping the Cavaliers in the ball game if they can score without the clock. Doug Meyer. 20 points, 14 here in the second half. 6 of 6 from the foul line tonight. And that one will not go. Split the pair. 2 possessions away. Well, they barely get it in. I thought he walked too. My eyes are playing tricks. Hebner doubled up, gets it away just in time, and they beat the clock to Coreno. Under pressure, they kept their composure. That should be a double dribble, isn't it? Yeah, they is. Good call. Well, we both caught that one.
Morgan had to practically steal it from Hebner. Bounced it once to get possession of the ball. That puts it on the floor again, right in front of the official.
Well, do you go for a 3 here, Coach?
Well, a minute left. If you've got an open one, I'd say yeah.
And there it is. Meyer takes it away. He may have been over the back. They cannot control the board.
If you're a center and you're over the back of a guy 5'9", you're going to get away with it most of the time.
Clock at 54. Morgan breaks from the pack. Coreno gives it to Hebner. Oh my. Once again, if you're going to commit that foul, that cannot go with it.
They are a little bit of trouble right now.
They're starting to celebrate on the bench to our left.
No doubt about it. Bolton just trying to stop the ball and got there a little bit late.
Now, they're one of the few teams that have come in here throughout the years and gained road conference wins. Not many teams have done that. And Rio Grande, I would wager they've done it about 5 times in 10 years. That's more than anyone else in the Mid-Ohio Conference.
Now we're to that point of the ball game where we will see some intentional fouling. And Rio Grande is going to have to hit some free throws. You look at the stat sheet, wondering who to put the clamps on. Sean Snyder, 67% from the line. Hebner's only at 71, and Stevens, if he's in the game, 66%.
They're shooting 75 as a team. And you're right, you're going to see fouls and 3-point shots in the final 44. 1 week from tonight, Walsh will host Tiffin University on Wall of Fame night. Our next scheduled telecast on Warner Cable. And we hope to have you along.
I'll be here.
I would hope so.
Oh.
And now we have the time, your Super Bowl prediction for Sunday afternoon.
I really do think Dallas will beat them again.
I do too. My wife is a huge Buffalo fan, but I don't quite think they have the horses to keep up with Jimmy Johnson's Cowboys. Hebner, a big second half, couple of threes. The lead is 9. That's 3 possessions. Good hands from Walter Stevens as they try to dish it off to Gottfried in the corner.
Yeah, Martin trying to spot up in the corner and forgetting that Stevens sees that every day in practice. He knows somebody will be there.
Meyer, Bolden, nice fake, drains it. Well, that keeps you in the ballpark.
Very calm out there with that ball. He's just like his court presence. Little head fake, let the man go right by him. Took his time and shot it. Now a 6-point game. They're within 2 shots.
Somewhere you need a steal. And no better time than the present to come up with a turnover in the backcourt. Steve Lloyd talking defensive strategy. Walsh on the road Tuesday at Ohio Dominican. That game will be broadcast on WCER Radio, AM 900 at 7:30 Tuesday night. As the Redmen came in here, not the Redmen, I should say, the Panthers of ODC came in here and stole one Thursday night by 2. And they've been the surprise team in the league with 17 victories. And Walsh will try to return the favor Tuesday in Columbus. They have had some year in Columbus, as they have in Bob Evans' country in Rio Grande. As they're gunning for their 17th victory, they're a perfect 10-0 at home. They protected the home court very, very well.
Steve Lloyd putting Dennis Schiraldi back into the game. He'll be out there for defensive purposes.
Play some offense defense. Morgan breaks, they double him up. Hefner, look at this, on like a horse race. Stevens lost the handle and throws it in.
That should be goaltending. He pulled down the rim.
And then, who's that? Coreno, who else? Little violent elbow there at the conclusion of that play.
Stevens trying to finish that off with a stuff on the other end. He went up and lost the ball, or was stripped of the ball, and came down and followed through and grabbed the rim. It snapped back up just in time for the ball to go through.
When you see that play, it's time to start the bus. When that gets thrown in, you might as well give it up.
That's like a bunt double.
Coreno with 30 tonight, but he has had big help from Hefner and Snyder the final 10 minutes to really pull this ball game out of the fire for Rio Grande. At one point, Coreno had 30 of their 64. He's not scored since that point in the ball game. They went on 22 points without him getting a bucket. .15 seconds. Gottfried for two. Hefner, there's Coreno again. Spins away and lays it in. Meyer, this one is over. Rio Grande comes in and hands the Cavaliers their second consecutive conference loss. 89-78. We'll come back and wrap it up after this timeout.
You can tell the people that were at Walsh, they loved it there. They like what they do, and their job is to make sure that you get the best education there.
Camelot Music is more than just a music store. Camelot Music is home entertainment, like movies, new releases, and movie classics on video cassette, and today's hottest home entertainment format, laser video discs, combining digital audio with digital video for incredibly lifelike movie watching. And Camelot Music is music, a vast selection of compact discs and cassettes from rock to classical to country to jazz. Camelot Music, we're home entertainment.
Cavaliers cannot cash in here on Society Bank night, losing to the University of Rio Grande 89-78 to drop their overall mark to 13-12 and 3-5 in the MOC. Rio now 17-6, they're 5-2, and really Fred Coreno paved the way and then had a lot of help of the infamous Friends.
Well, it was a tale of two halves. If we flop this ball game around, Walsh is going to win. They had the hot hand toward the end of the first half. Rio came back, did the same thing to him in the second half. That made the difference, and Coreno, what can you say? He did it on both sides of the floor.
Coreno 31, Hefner 20, and Snyder 18. The only three Redmond in double figures. Cavaliers had 21 from Doug Myers, 17 from Brown, 12 apiece from Young and Bolden. Join us once again next Saturday night as the Cavaliers host the Tiffin Dragons here at the University. Game time will be 10:30. For Jeff Shreve, Jim Clark bidding you good night. The final score tonight, Rio Grande 89, the Walsh University Cavaliers 78.
Wayne County of Ohio. Flooding was still reported in Wayne County. Do not drive your vehicle into area.